Happy Friday, everybody. Oh my God, it's Friday time with Jean from Authentic Energy. Hello, hello. Let me know where is everybody tuning in from. Okay, let me see where my people at. Okay, where are my peeps? Okay, so welcome back to my channel, guys. And this is the live hangout, live Friday date with Jean. And I am here every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what time is it? 9 a.m. Asia time. And please put your time zone. Let me see who you are. Let me know in the chat box. Put your time zone in the chat box so I can kind of like next time when I come live here, I'm going to say all your time zones. All right. So today we have a very special topic here. And we're not talking about Herbalife today. Okay. And, because I am here to really help everybody live a happy, balanced, and fun lifestyle, right? Not just through Herbalife, right? But also through living a fun lifestyle, having a holistic approach to your whole life. So I will be talking a lot. I will be covering different topics in terms of healthy living, okay, healthy mindset, and also different types of like wellness and healthy tips. Okay. And today, this topic about gaining weight during pregnancy is something that's very personal to me, right? And I've been kind of hiding this for some time, and some of you probably have been suspecting. And also today, this week, we have actually just announced in our social media that I am pregnant. Yes. And I'm very happy to actually announce it here and just to let my YouTube community know about that too. And, it's a fantastic news. Me and my husband were very excited about this. And, it's something that we've been wanting for some time, and it's finally here, it's finally happening. So it's really a miracle. It's truly a miracle that it happened, and we're just very happy that we are growing. I'm growing this beautiful being inside of me. And while on my own journey, on my own pregnancy journey, I just thought that it would be great to share, like to document my personal journey, but also just to share, what I've learned from my doctors, what I've learned from my midwife, my naturopath, and combining with my own lifestyle, the kind of tips and things that I can share with other women out there. So that, whoever is on the same journey, or whoever needs to hear this, would actually benefit from my journey. Okay, hopefully, right? Because everybody's journey is different, right? So, yeah, let me know where's everybody from. And I can see that there are quite a lot of you guys tuning in. Thank you so much. And I know today's topic is not, like the usual one, but I'm very happy to be here to share my journey. And hello, Candy. Good to have you here, Candy. So today we're talking about weight gain during pregnancy. And I do want to address this because I have been gaining some weight since the start of my pregnancy, and now I'm in week 14. So I've gained some weight, but also the weight gain is necessary, right? So those of you who have been mothers and you've been through your own pregnancy journey, you know really well that this is a part of this is part of the process. So for those of you who are kind of like curious about it or want to know more about it, that's what I'm doing here today, to share about my experience and also what I've been working on. Okay, so I'm just going to break down today's talk into two parts. Okay, the first part is a bit of a scientific part about weight gain during pregnancy, right? So what I've learned, right? What I've learned, and with my own personal journey from my doctor, and also based on like the science, and based on evidence-based facts. And then the second part, I'm going to be sharing with you about more from the emotional side of it, right? How do we deal with weight gain, emotionally, right? And also on the personal level, how do we come to accept our body image, and how do we come to accept our self-worth when it comes to like seeing our bodies changing, right? So yes, I know that's really amazing. Yes. Oh, Jamaica, I know. Thank you, Candy. Yes. So basically, what I've learned is that obviously a lot of you guys know that the total pregnancy journey is 40 weeks, right? Um, That is actually 10 months. So it's not 9 months, but it's 10 months in total. And the general healthy weight gain throughout the 40 weeks is actually around average around 30 pounds, right? So I've been told that, so basically if you are able to gain healthy weight, like, gradually on average, it's about zero point 0.5, 0.7 pounds per week, right? But obviously everyone's journey is different. Like for some people, you may find that you start gaining weight quite fast in your first trimester, but then in your second trimester you may slow down, right? You don't gain that much, and then in the third trimester you may actually gain a bit more again, right? So it's never like a steady weight gain, right? And so basically, yeah, so around average 30 pounds in total, okay, which is about what, 15 kilos, right, in kilograms in total in 40 weeks. So I myself, I've been on this journey for 14 weeks. I've gained around like 2 kilos, which is like 4.4 pounds so far. Okay, so that's looking healthy, like within the healthy range. But it was really interesting at first. I have to admit that, in my first month, I was actually gaining quite fast, right? And I was a bit shocked, like, oh, wow, I didn't know that my body was adapting to the change so fast and it was gaining quite fast. And I actually got a bit concerned, like, is it normal to gain so fast? But then my doctor was ensuring me that it's fine. We keep observing, but if you keep gaining fast, then, we gotta like monitor, right? So, but it was good because after the first 2 weeks, it started to, stay the same, but not to worry, yeah, because the healthy weight gain is necessary, right? And also, like, if you guys do your research or if you have consult your doctor, they usually would give you like a reference of, how much weight you should be gaining during your pregnancy based on your body, which is basically calculated based on your BMI. Right. So everybody has a different BMI. And, say if your BMI is within the normal range, then the suggested, healthy pregnancy weight gain is about 25 pounds to 35 pounds, right? So if you're underweight, obviously the suggested weight gain is a bit higher, right? So you need to gain like about 28 pounds to 40 pounds. So you need a bit more weight gain. Whereas like if your BMI is sitting somewhere that basically puts in the overweight category or obese category, then the weight gain will be looking at from 11 pounds to about 25 pounds, right? So this is actually, like you get different figures depending on what the body needs, right? So this is the part. And also, everybody's weight gain during pregnancy is different, right? It varies depending on a few factors, such as like your lifestyle, your metabolism, your activities, your genetics, and also what do you eat as well. And it's very interesting in my culture, in the Asian culture, a lot of pregnant ladies, when they're pregnant, they're like celebrating. They're like, oh yeah, we're celebrating that we can eat anything, everything and anything we want. Okay, let me know in the comments if you can relate to that. Like if in your culture, you also have something similar to that. Like, when you're pregnant and suddenly, oh my God, it's like freedom to everything, right? So like in the Chinese culture, we often have that sort of attitude when women are pregnant, then suddenly, whoa, okay, just eat anything you want because you have cravings. You have all these like weird reactions. Right. But actually, when it comes, if you look at it from the health and also wellness perspective, right, it is actually now healthy to eat anything and everything, right? Because your body actually needs the proper nutrients to grow this baby, right? So, yeah, so don't just randomly eat anything. And so sometimes people will be wondering, right? Like, oh my God, when I gain weight, of course, the weight is some of the weight goes to the baby, right? But where does all the other weight go to? Like, I feel like I'm just gaining so much. Why is that? And I asked that question too, because this is my first time being pregnant. So obviously I don't have any previous experience. And I do my body composition scan every week as well. And then I have noticed my body fat percentage has gone up as well. Right. And so at first I was like trying to investigate, like, where does all the weight go to? So basically, just a little bit more scientific, little fun facts here that, if you break down the total weight gain, right? Let's use 30 pounds as an example. So if you have gained total of 30 pounds throughout your entire journey, then if we break it down, about 7.5 pounds goes to the baby's weight, and your placenta will weigh about 1.5 pounds. And sorry, amniotic fluid will be about 2 pounds. And what else? Your uterine enlargement is about 2 pounds. Maternal breast tissues is about 2 pounds. I agree with that because my boobs have grown like a lot. So a lot of the weight, comes from the boobs, right? Maternal blood volume goes up 4 pounds. Fluids in maternal tissue, 4 pounds. And then lastly, maternal fat stores, 7 pounds. Wow. So you see that the fat storage is 7 pounds there. So in total, we're talking about that, right? So if you have noticed that you've gained, like your body fat has increased and you've gained body fat, not to worry because that's all part of the package. And you do need to gain weight. You do need to put on, like extra body fat, right, in the right areas to protect the baby, to make sure the baby's healthy and you're healthy, and also you're preparing your body for nursing. Right. So when I learned all this, I'm like, okay, now it's really making sense. Like, to be honest with you guys, before, it was my turn to be a mother, to conceive and to have this journey, I didn't really look into like pregnancy, prenatal health that much, to be honest. I mean, I have a lot of mom friends, I hear about things from them here and there. So, but for myself, I never really looked into it until, it's my turn. So it's been a fun 3 months, like learning and also experiencing everything as I go. And yeah, so by having this experience, I'm definitely going to be making more episodes in the coming weeks and coming months about pregnancy health, right? Like pregnancy nutrition, which a lot of you guys have been asking me to talk about. And I only would feel ready to talk about it when I have my own experience. Okay, so I was always kind of ready to do an episode talking about prenatal nutrition with Herbalife products or without Herbalife products. But then now this is like for real that I get to have my own experience. So I thought that it would be quite authentic to do that with my own experience this time, right? So yeah. Okay, Candy, you said when I was pregnant, I could only drink vanilla shake. That's the only thing I could eat for about 3 months. Right? Yeah, I totally get you. Yeah, my first 3 months was my most peaky time. I was super peaky in my first 3 months. Right? I was like, I don't want this, I don't want that, and I was drinking shakes. Drinking shakes really, really helped me. So yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely will be talking about shakes, right, in the episode where I'll be talking about prenatal nutrition. So yeah, I haven't stopped my healthy breakfast at all since I start becoming pregnant. The only thing that I've stopped so far is the tea, right? Because I never really take too much caffeine anyway. But since, like when you're when you're pregnant, it's advised to keep your caffeine intake to the minimum, right? Like less than 200 milligrams a day. So I decided, just a personal decision, to basically just cut out caffeine altogether. That's just my personal decision. But for other people, like if you do enjoy a cup of tea or have like small dosage of coffee, you still can, right? It's just that there is a limit to how much caffeine you can consume, right? So yeah, a lot of Herbalife line. Yes, definitely. Yes, I take fish oil. I take Herbalife line like crazy. Not crazy, but the right amount, like definitely more than what you normally eat. So yeah, thank you for suggesting that. This is definitely needed, right? Like Herbalife line. Pretty much throughout the whole journey, like my doctor has advised me to take fish oil and healthy fats fish oil and take plenty of protein throughout the entire journey because the baby's nerves and the brain are always developing, right? So this is really amazing. Now, when it comes to like seeing my body changing, like gaining the weight, seeing the shape changing, it is changing, right? It may not be so obvious in the first couple of months, but like in the third month, and now I mean like 3.5, fourth month, then it's starting to become more and more obvious. So basically, like if I was to take a photo and show you guys, it would just look like my tummy and my hip area is just looking bloated. Right. So at first I was just looking at it, and I'll be lying if I said I did not have any sort of like feelings coming up and saying, oh, what's going on? I've never seen my body like this, right? Like naturally, you will have those feelings coming up and going, what's going on with my body, right? But when that feeling is gone, or when you put that feeling aside, then you show yourself the big picture. The big picture being that you're pregnant, your body is definitely changing to accommodate, to make room for this new being, this new life that's growing inside of you, right? So when that thought comes in, that big picture kicks in, then I know, okay, reality is here, right? And I know that I'm all about helping women, encouraging women to be body confident, and I do that to myself every day, right? Like I have to remind myself that I have to walk the walk. I practice what I preach. So whenever I mean, I have to tell you guys this: there's no perfect moment, okay? And I do have those moments where I'm like, I hate my body, I don't feel good about it, I don't feel comfortable in my body today, right? Those moments will always pop up here and there, but it's about what you do in those moments. How do we like reframe ourselves, right? So like I just love that I have to remind myself the big picture. The big picture is that I'm becoming a mother and my body is changing for me to be in that new phase, right? So this is my way of shutting down the body shamer talk, and also the negative self-talk. And also, like the thing is, I think I've dealt with a lot of postnatal moms, and also moms that have given birth. So I've learned a lot. Like a big shout out to all the moms, mom friends, and mom students I have, and like Candy, like yourself, you're a mom too. I've talked to and I've coached and also been dealing with a lot of moms, in the past 7 years. So I've learned a lot from the moms, and I've actually learned a lot about the mentality of, what is it like to have a body post giving birth, right? What is it like to be a mom? And what is it like to have a body that is, a body that's post birth? Okay, I'm trying to find the perfect word for that, right? And so I've learned a lot about that and deal with a lot of that as well, even before I became pregnant. So I can kind of say that I've somehow, maybe in a way, mentally prepared myself for this, right? So it's not too bad. And I remember I was talking to a dad recently, and then he was telling me about how his wife, she is like 7 months pregnant and she's not loving her body at all. And I was actually already pregnant, but I couldn't tell anyone. So at that time I was actually having this really good body image talk with him. And I actually also told him that we as women, when we are changing, we have to remind ourselves that we got to accept ourselves at different stages in life, at every stage in our life, right? And it's unfair for us to compare our bodies now to, I don't know, our bodies when we're in high school, when we're in college, right? Or I don't know, like 10 years ago and things like that, because we were totally different. We had different metabolism, right? We had different lifestyles, the way our body react to food, or different environmental external factors, were totally different to how it is now. And also, most importantly, our priorities are different now too, right? So we should never compare. And also the thought about like bouncing back, right? Because a lot of women talk about this, right? Like after pregnancy, after giving birth, let's bounce back to the shape, right? And like personally, I don't really like to use the term like bouncing back, because honestly, like Candy, you can share with me, right? From your experience, after you give birth, your body is totally different. Even if you, like lose the weight, and even if you like, say, really bounce back to, like the way that you had before, but energetically, physically, and emotionally, everything, holistically, you're a different person. Your body is different too, right? You have more strength now, right? And a lot of things are totally different. And maybe certain things are also different due to the fact that you have given the nutrients to the baby through pregnancy, through breastfeeding. So you're a different person already. And your priority is different too. So I will say that the better term to use is to bounce forward. instead of bouncing back, let's bounce forward. Right? Let's bounce forward, to the new chapter, to where we are now, and work on our body and work on our health, right? From the place of love, from the place of compassion and kindness, so that we're able to have the optimal health as mothers, right? To take care of our kids, to take care of our families, right? And to be the good role models, right? So to me, I think that is actually the bigger goal, the bigger picture here. Instead of like being stuck in that zone of vanity, like to me, it's really vanity, how fast I want to bounce back to my old body, or, like I want to look like I still have the six pack, and I don't like the stretch marks and all these things. And right now, I'm mentally preparing myself for all the scars and all these marks that's going to be on my body after this pregnancy. And I know that there is a possibility there will be something, some tattoos, right, left behind here. But those are all part of this journey, and we should not feel like bad and feel like I need to erase them. I need to look like I'm never giving birth before. So that's something that I want to mention here, just on the emotional side of seeing, the weight gain and the body change. And obviously, you guys will watch, my progress as we go. There will be more weight gains coming, and the baby bump will grow bigger. Like right now, you can't see too much, but I'll definitely show you guys in the next couple months when the baby bump goes bigger, right? So yeah. Yeah, so good. Yeah, that's a really, really good point there, Candy, you made. You never go back to who you are, where you are. You just have to love yourself. That's all. Exactly. Right. Really, really well said. You just have to love yourself at different stage in your life and accept yourself as who you are. I know it's very easy to say that, but we're complicated. We're humans. We're complicated. We always think a lot, and we always somehow allow different opinions and different words and noises to come in, right? And that really fucks up, with our brain. I better start swearing less. Once the baby's out, I'm gonna have to watch my language, right? So, yeah. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There's no bouncing back, there's just bouncing forward, right? So that's something that I want to mention, and that's part of the weight gain during pregnancy talk today. And I see that there's a lot of you guys tuning right now, and let me know, give some love. Let us know where you're tuning from. Put in the comment. And we have Candy. We have Candy here in the comment today. Yeah, she's a bit lonely here today, right? But hey, this is good. This is kind of like a girls' talk, right? So like I think all the men are a bit afraid to make comments because they kind of relate to this topic. But that's okay. This kind of topic is actually universal. Like I feel that even the dads, the men actually need to understand about things like this, right? Whether if this topic interests you or not, but if you do come across this video and if you somehow stumble across this talk, it will help you. It will somehow impact, your journey especially with your partner. I mean, if it's a female partner or with your sister, your mother, or someone that then you will actually understand how it is during the pregnancy journey. Right. So, and I'm sharing authentically from my personal experience with all of you because I'm pregnant now. So I'm very, very happy to be here and share this with all of you. And definitely, yes, you guys will hear more about prenatal health related journey information and prenatal wellness and nutrition for me in the coming months. And I will keep everybody updated on my progress as well. And yeah, so I just want to mention this. Everything I'm sharing here is based on my personal experience. And because I always believe that it's good to give everybody evidence-based facts, right? But also it is very important for me to give my personal experience too. Like if there's something that I haven't tried personally, then I can only give you half of the picture, right? Like I can only speak about the facts that I've learned and the facts based on reliable sources. But if I also have my personal experience in, the lifestyle that I've lived, in the products I've used, such as Herbalife, or in, certain like methodologies I've taken on that works, then it completes the whole picture. Then I can speak more authentically from my personal experience, right? But also, like, I have to say that this is based on my personal experience, and everyone's experience is different. Everyone has different preferences, right? Something may work for me but may not work for you. Something may work for you but may not work for me. So but if anything that I share here is useful, then it has made some kind of impact on your health journey, then I'm very happy. Okay. And yeah, if there's anything you guys want to hear from me, you want to know more about my pregnancy journey, let me know in the comment. Okay. And definitely I'll be talking more about women's health on this channel as well in the coming months, in the coming days. And you probably have noticed I've come back to my uploaded videos 3 times a week. That's right. So I'm very, very happy to do that again. So 3 times a week plus the live, right? I still enjoy hanging out with you guys here. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for watching live with me here today, Candy. And for a lot of you guys hang out with me here. I know that, some of you don't know what to ask because it's a really different topic, but I'm just very happy for you to be here to share my joy. And, if any of you guys who are watching the replay that you are mothers, I want to hear from you guys and from you girls, right? Mothers, shout out to you. Mothers, amazing. And today is Friday the 13th, right? And did you know that back in the days before the patriarch, Friday the 13th was actually a celebration of goddess. So Friday the 13th is actually a goddess day. So I want to give a big shout out to all my goddesses here, all my women out here. Happy Goddess Day. Happy Friday the 13th. If you didn't know, now you know, right? So now Friday 13th has a different meaning to you. Yes, it's a day we celebrate fertility, birth, rebirth, death. What else? Feminine energy. Yeah, so this is the perfect topic for the perfect day. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, my dear Candy from Jamaica, right? And thank you for being here. I love having you here as well. And oh my God, now I see everybody. Why is it that I didn't see everybody until now? Hello, Elise. And we got Debbie here as well. Okay, so Debbie, good to see you here. I haven't seen you around here much. Maybe this is your first time here live, right? Hopefully I'll get pregnant too. My husband, I've been trying for more than a year now. Oh, from Melbourne, Australia. That's amazing. Must be, what time is it now? Like midday, right? And let me know, how's the lockdown going? Yeah, I heard that the lockdown has got extended, right? Yeah, because my family is from Australia. They live in Sydney, and I grew up in Sydney, so I always keep a very close eye to the news back home. But yeah, sending you lots of love, sending everybody lots of love, because we're still in a time where things are a bit tricky, right? We still have the global pandemic, especially in Australia, that there's that lockdown, right? It's almost like nationwide. Half of the nation is in lockdown right now. So sending you lots and lots of love. But one thing I want to tell you, Debbie, don't give up. Okay, so I'll share this in another episode, but just for now, right, just for you, I will tell you that my husband and I have been trying for almost a year, right? You can say 1 year, close to a year. And we got stressed as well. I mean, he probably wasn't, I was, right? But at the end, we conceived. And I'll tell you one thing, that one of the biggest things that I let go of that really help my body relax and help my body, like, basically, what's the word? Just let go and be able to accept. It was really that during the time when we're trying so hard, my whole body and mind was very occupied by something that was actually energetically bigger than my desire to conceive. And I didn't know that. And I just thought consciously, because a lot of times consciously we want to conceive, we want to have a baby, right? But then subconsciously there could be something else that's occupying your space, like your energy space, right? And you're occupying your energy, right? So from my experience, because I'm someone who believes in, who's a bit spiritual, I believe in metaphysics. So it's not always about the body. It's not always about, the physical science part of it, right? A lot of the, how should I say it? A lot of the A lot of it comes from the energy, actually. So energy plays a big part. So basically, I had to let go of a very important partnership. So I was engaged in a business partnership for almost a year. Pretty much the whole time we're trying, I was engaged in the business partnership, and that was pretty stressful. So consciously, I knew that we want to make a baby, but subconsciously, all I was thinking about was the business partnership. How can I make this business work? How can I make the business better? Right? So that whole thing, like unknowingly, was occupying my space, right? I'm talking about my energy space, my body space, everything, my body, mind, and soul. And then I didn't know. I was so tied to it, right? And then I actually made a decision. Okay, I made a decision like, you know what? I'm not looking after my health. I thought I was, but obviously I wasn't. I was not getting enough sleep. I put all my heart and soul into this business. I was not even allowing myself to relax. You know what? It's time for me to just step away from it. So I made that decision and I step away from it. Like the minute when I stepped away from it, I just felt like, oh my God, I just felt like I unloaded something. But I still didn't know what it meant for me. And that was April. I can still tell you guys, this is still very recent. It was April. I let go of it. And then obviously we kept trying. And then in May, we conceived, right? So I was like, what just happened? And a good friend of mine told me that, you know what? When you let go of something big, you thought it was big, you couldn't let go of it. You slow down. You decided just to slow down and let your business take a back seat and let your health and your well-being become the priority. Your body slows down and you create something big here. You create a life in your body. So that was the moment that dawned on me that I actually created the energetic space for the life to be formed, right? So that's something that I want to share with you, Debbie, right? And I know, I'm sure you've heard from a lot of family and friends to tell you don't stress, just relax, right? And I've been told that many, many times too. And I do have to be honest and say that, yeah, it's kind of annoying when people tell you to just relax, right? Lots of people, when I shared this with some girlfriends, and they were telling me that, don't stress too much, just relax. When you don't think about it, it happens, right? But what usually happens when people tell you that is that you actually think about it more, right? When people telling you to relax, you don't relax. Yeah, you actually think about it more. You probably go into that naturally. I'm just sharing with you from my experience. When people tell me to relax, right? Then I start to think very hard about, okay, how can I relax? How can I relax, right? And I didn't actually give myself the time to really analyze my life as a whole, right? So like what I would tell you is that, 1 year, don't see it as a problem or anything like that. As long as you keep having that belief. And also very importantly is that you have to look after your lifestyle. Look at your nutrition, right? Look at your nutrition, look at your whole lifestyle as well. And also, like when I was talking to my naturopathic doctor, and she was telling me that a lot of times people thought everything was fine. They've done all the tests and everything, but then they realize that they haven't done enough when it comes to basically nourishing the body, like preparing the body, getting enough nutrients. Like one example would be like, are you having enough folic acid, right, to basically, prepare your body preconceiving wise, and also a few other like lifestyle changes. And also one big thing for us women is to actually look after our hormonal health, right? So like trying for some time, right? Don't label yourself with anything. That's what I want to say. Don't label anything. Okay. Don't use the words such as infertility. Don't label yourself like that. Okay. Don't label yourself with anything, because I went through this. I've been there. I know how it feels. Right. When you label yourself, you kind of feel like, oh, you're diagnosed with something. Like there's no help. There's always a solution in everything. Right. So there's always some adjustments there, and also hormonal health, right? So I will actually highly suggest you to, I don't know if you're already seeing a fertility specialist, right? Or I do highly recommend seeing a naturopathic doctor, actually. I know it's not a conventional way to go about it, but because of who I am, I like holistic health. So I actually would recommend seeing a naturopathic doctor or a Chinese doctor, TCM doctor, right? To get, the the integrative alternative natural therapy sort of like approach and see what they would suggest you, right? So that's those are the things that really helped me, right? I went through like 3 months of acupuncture therapy, right, to help me boost my fertility, and it really helped me basically relax. And also, I'll talk about it in another episode, right? It's a bit deeper than just like help me relax. Actually, it helped my blood circulation and help actually fine tune my energy flow in the whole body as well. And I'm more than happy to talk more about like TCM, TCM therapy, TCM based wellness practices too, because I love TCM, right? It's part of my culture, and it really helped with my fertility. And then together with like, naturopathic prenatal care, I can see that how it really helps. It helps. I can say, if you're open to it, right, give it a go and then see how it is, get different opinions on it. Yeah. So, but feel free to reach out to me, like any of you, if you want to have a private talk about it, reach out to me on Instagram at Authentic Energy, right, or Facebook at Authentic Energy. I'll be more than happy to share my journey with you guys. Yeah, so this is part one, right? But I know that I've gone through that whole trying to conceive stage, and I got a lot to share. Like some of the things I just shared with you guys here today briefly is really part of my trying to conceive journey, and I've learned so much from that, and I really want to share more, here on the YouTube channel and also in my social media, talking more about that, because I know that there are so many sisters out there who are, on the same boat, right? Trying to conceive and were struggling with certain situations, right? But, I'm here for you girls, and, talk to me anytime. I'm here for you. Okay. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Debbie, for inspiring me to share that part of how I come to where I am today. And it wasn't easy, right? It wasn't easy. It got frustrated. Of course, I got frustrated. It got quite stressful at some point, right? But yeah, so definitely if you want to chat more about it, let me know. And yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for your honesty, and thank you for opening up and speaking about it. Because personally, I feel like not enough women are speaking about this. Especially, it depends on what community you're from, right? Like I noticed in the Asian community, a lot of women not speaking about it, which made me really frustrated, because when I was kind of like, when I was like struggling, I'm like, who can I talk to? And if I look at some of my girlfriends who are already moms, it's like none of them talk about it. And then, of course, I start to reach out to them, reach out to them. And then, in private, they told me that, oh, we're struggling for some time. Try this, try that, and that. I'm like, huh, okay, I wonder why you guys don't talk about it, right? It made us look like, oh, everybody had a very smooth journey. Okay, nobody struggled, right? It's like, bang, you just got it, right? So yeah, so we were like, what is this? I actually complained to my best friend, right? Like my best friend who's Chinese also, and then she's a mom, already. I told her that, why is it none of you guys talk about it? Like if you also tried, right? You guys tried and struggled, and you tried so many methods. Why is it that none of you guys talk about it? I guess maybe because culturally speaking, it's a very sensitive topic, right? Just like a taboo topic like sex, for example. So they don't really talk about it, right? But I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to be talking about it, because not enough women talk about it. And I love that, like, you have a good mix, right? Of course, in the West, more women come together, go to forums and seek support openly. Like, I love what you're doing here, Debbie. You just openly talk about it, right? Oh, that will hardly happen in the Asian community, right? And I was just like, no, I want to talk about it, and for all my sisters, doesn't matter what background you're from, what color of your skin, like we need to be here to support one another. If one person's struggling, that probably, maybe other women are struggling too. We're on the same boat, so we're here to help well one another. And my friend was like, you know what? It's like, when you're in a class, there are always some students who are secretly studying, right? They don't want you to know that they've been studying hard, and bang, they got a score. And when they got like a good score, in the exam, and they just pretend like, oh, I didn't study that hard, oh, it just happened, right? I'm like, oh, I hate that. Because back in school days, I was not one of these. I was one of those students that had to study my ass off, to get like a decent score. And I would not be like, oh, I just breezed through the exam. I'm like, no, don't be like that. This is like real life, right? Real life, we have real shit going on here, like real situation going on here. We gotta help one another. All right, this is not school anymore. This is like life. So yeah, so Debbie, I want to recognize you once again for being so open and so like so open about it, right? So more than happy to do that. And thank you so much for being here again, Elise, and thank you so much, Candy, a beautiful mom from Jamaica, for sharing your experience with us. Okay, I think that was enough rant. Right, so I think it led me to a big rant because like really, like I said, not enough people talking about this kind of stuff. Everyone is always talking a lot about, oh, being pregnant, and oh yeah, and all that. And which is why I didn't, we didn't make a very conventional announcement this week. We made a funny poster, a very subtle poster to tell our family and friends. And also for me, right now, the biggest focus is on women's health, right? Like, doesn't matter if you're at the stage of what do you call it, trying to conceive, pre-pregnancy or pregnancy, post-pregnancy. The very important thing is, let's look at how we take care of our health, and how we take care of our health in terms of nutrition, in terms of resting, in terms of hormone balance, and in terms of lifestyle, like lifestyle movement patterns and all these things. They're very, very important. And because it's what I do, and because I also have been through different situations and different stages in life where I was not practicing what I was preaching, and as a result, my body, mind, and spirit suffer from that. And I have to tell you guys openly, honestly, I was very ashamed of that. And I could tell my energy was very low, and also I was not being my authentic self when my health was like shit. But like on the surface, I have to pretend like I'm doing great, I'm eating well, I'm doing all that stuff, right? But I have to tell you guys honestly that there are times the health coaches or fitness coaches or whatever they are, a lot of times they are not really practicing what they're preaching, right? And I'm just telling you honestly from my personal experience that there were times in my life that I was not doing that, right? And there's always a consequence to every action. So my consequence was that my health was shit. Okay, right? And I'm like, I got to do something about it. Like last year was really bad for me, actually. You guys saw me here on my channel. I made a lot of wonderful videos, right? But yeah, I didn't get enough sleep last year. Like last year, my schedule was just all over the place. I hustled too hard. I didn't sleep too hard. And me and my husband would try to conceive so hard at the same time. So you can see how it didn't happen because I just spent all my energy on everything else, right? So just want to let you guys know about that, right? So yeah, Debbie, one of my girlfriends here in Melbourne, also trying to get pregnant for more than 2 years now. They're still trying. I'll share this video with her. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm very touched that you found some values in this video. And yeah, feel free to subscribe if you are new here. Subscribe, and you can get all the latest videos that I do. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm more than happy to share my journey with all the women out there. Like I'm not a fertility prenatal specialist or anybody like that. But like I said, I like to share evidence-based facts plus my personal experience, just to help everybody out there, right? So some of the things my girlfriend suggested me didn't work. And at the end of the day, I just trust my own instinct. And I have to tell you that, your own instinct really is a huge factor here, right? So yeah, let me know. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, Authentic Energy, and we can definitely have a good fertility chat here. Okay. All right. Now it's time to go before this live gets too long. And once again, I want to thank all my ladies for being here. Beautiful Debbie, Candy, and Alice, right? And I'm here every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I think that's like 11 a.m. Melbourne time. And what else? 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what time is in Jamaica? I think that's 8 p.m., right? Jamaica is like 2 hours 2 hours ahead of me, right? So yeah, so I'm here live doing live stream every Friday, and every other days I will do my video uploads. Okay, so thank you so much, my beautiful ladies. I know you don't want to go. I know I don't want to go too, but I'm hungry. The baby needs to eat. I need to eat too. So yes, so Debbie, if you want to chat more, just reach out to me on Instagram. More than happy to connect with you. Okay, guys, take good care and enjoy your weekend, right? Enjoy your summer, your winter in Melbourne, and I'm very grateful to have all of you here. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Take care.